Hello guys, the items having been pawned to the broker are themselves called pledges or pawns, or simply the collateral. In short, investing money to earn money. So in today's video we are going to show you the top 5 most expensive buys on the pawnstars. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and click notification all for more amazing facts. And do leave a comment "I subscribed" in the comment section below and we will definitely reply to your comment. Let's begin. Number 5. $80K 1922 Proof Piece High Relief Dollar. Described as one of the rarest coins in American history, the 1922 High Relief Dollar was brought into Rick's shop by a man who had originally won it in a poker game. It's not just cars and guitars that fetch top dollar. Occasionally, the shop will shell out for actual dollars. Such was the case with this rare dollar coin from 1922 that the shop paid $80,000 to own. It is known in collector circles as one of the rarest American coins ever made, and its owner lucked into it in a poker game. While he knew he had an expensive coin on his hands, he had no idea how much it was worth. The coin in question is rare because of the sharp relief of its design. While the deep grooves made a more beautiful coin, they wore down the dies that produced the coins. Almost all of the high relief version of the dollar coin were melted down shortly after they were stamped. The owner believed that the coin, which is one of around 12 in existence, was worth $20,000. After Rick had one of his experts take a look at it, that price jumped considerably, with a new estimate given of between $50 to $100K. Rick's coinage expert revealed that the coin was worth as much as 5 times that, saying it could easily sell for $100,000. Rick made an offer of $80,000 for the coin and the poker player happily took it. Rick and the man struck a deal at $80,000. Number 4. $85K 1941 Gibson SJ200 guitar. Not only was this guitar beautiful and rare, but it was also owned by a rock legend. Stephen Stills of the folk rock group Crosby, Stills, Nash owned this piece of rock and roll history, which was instantly appreciated by Rick as he uttered the words, "That is cool." Another Gibson walked into the pawnstars shop once with a much more widely known star attached. Stephen Stills of Crosby. Stills and Nash and sometimes Young owned this 1941 model. The guitar was visibly beautiful, incredibly well maintained, and boasted the lovely sound of mid-century Gibsons. But it was a bill of sale signed by Stills himself that made the guitar worthwhile. Rick Harrison ultimately purchased the guitar for a solid $85,000, getting his hands on a piece of classic rock history that was bound to find a deep-pocketed buyer. After all, we've all heard Ohio umpteen times in our lives, and somebody out there has to love it enough to drop 6 figures and own a guitar that was so close to the process. Are there any rich Buffalo Springfield fans in the house? Rick has a deal you won't want to pass up here, and he'll be sure to sell it to you for what it's worth. With an accompanying bill of sale signed by Stills himself, Rick had to dig deep to get his hands on this holy grail of Gibson guitars. In the end, he was able to praise it off the owner for a cool $85,000. Number 3. $90K 1961 Gibson SG Les Paul guitar. Gibson Les Paul signature guitars can cost a pretty penny as is, but when the well-crafted guitars are connected to the legendary songwriter whose name is on the instrument, they're worth quite a bit more. That explains why the Harrisons felt they should shell out $90,000 for a 1961 Les Paul guitar that belonged to Paul's wife Mary. This custom guitar belonged to American guitarist Mary Ford, who was the wife of legendary guitarist Les Paul. From 1950 to 1954, Mary and Les co-wrote 16 top 10 hits and sold millions of records. Les's solid body guitar design also effectively changed the sound of rock music. Already a rare guitar made even more valuable with its actual connection to Les Paul, this would become Rick's largest guitar buy of his career. All pawn shops trade in guitars at some point, but the show's outsized stature as a purchaser of rare antiques made it a fitting stop for the owner for his particular instrument. For the uninitiated, Les Paul and Mary Ford were a widely successful singing duo in the 1950s with 28 hit records to their name. They hosted popular radio and television variety shows together throughout the decade. That Mary herself had played this guitar on tracks like the #1 hit How High the Moon made its value skyrocket. They paid $90,000 for the chance to own a piece of musical history so closely tied to the godfather of rock and roll guitars. After the owner's initial ask of £250,000, Rick did well to snap it up for a meager $90,000. Number 2. $95,000. 1932 Lincoln Roadster. The Harrisons had to spend big to get a luxury Lincoln Roadster built in the middle of the Great Depression. A beautifully maintained mint and cream-colored roadster with a massive V12 engine hinging under its gigantic hood were too good to let leave the shop. This convertible was created with one thing in mind: luxury. With its 150 horsepower V12 engine, it was more powerful than most cars of its era. The 1932 Roadster was an attempt by Lincoln's parent company Ford to lure drivers away from their competitors at Cadillac. It was priced to move at $4,000 in 1932, roughly 70 grand in today's money. Rick and the old man went above and beyond that price point to make sure that they walked away from the deal with a car. For a decadent 150 horsepower classic car from 1932, they offered a cash buy of nearly $100,000. So when Rick and the old man went to check out the exceptionally maintained 32 Roadster, they knew they had to go big if they wanted to ride off with this vintage beauty. In the end, it was $95,000 big, paid in cash, which the owner then pushed back over the counter to buy $95,000 in gold. They didn't have to wait long to get their money back. However, the owner turned right around and used the $95,000 he made in the deal to buy gold from the pawn shop. Number 1. $111,000. 200 plus pounds of silver. If there's one thing you need to know about the old man, it's that he loves gold and silver. After all, Old Man Harrison even named his shop after his love of precious metal. So when a customer appeared with 200 pounds of silver, Rick and Co. were quick to make an offer that couldn't be refused. Since then, the Pawnstars team had melted down their silver to print commemorative coins featuring the old man's face. After told by his father to invest, one gentleman decided to purchase over 200 pounds of silver. Let us know your thoughts on these items from Pawnstars in the comment section below. So that's it for today's video. I'll be back with some more mind-blowing facts in the next video. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon and click notification, all for more awesome facts and stories. Thanks for watching. Bye.